Good morning, young Israel. Madim l'simcha. I hope all enjoying Yantiv, enjoying their families, and are well. Special mazel tov to Dr. Chaim and Debbie Chaimowitz upon the birth of triplet granddaughters born to Dave and to Erica. May all continue to experience the joy, the pleasure of banim uvanos oskim b'tar for mitzvos in good health for many, many happy years. Like Yom V'Shanim Tovim. Just a couple of notes regarding Yantiv, or specifically with respect to after Yantiv, Chametz she'over olav haPesach. Regarding purchasing chametz at various establishments, of course, any store that properly sell their chametz is not an issue. All the Jewish stores, are absolutely fine. And as we point out each year, it's always a mitzvah to support local Jewish-owned businesses that deal properly with their customers and don't unfairly jack up prices. With respect to other stores, so Costco, BJ's, Trader Joe's, CVS, Walgreens are all okay. Regarding the regular supermarkets, it's a little bit tricky, difficult to follow exactly the trail of the chametz, how long the shelf life was. The big issue is the CNS distribution, Cohen and Siegel, that distributes and provides for most of the supermarkets, and they do have some form of a sale. Is it an actual sale? So let's say that it is. Certainly, it's better if one is able to patronize the Jewish stores and to avoid the regular supermarkets until Lag BaOmer, if one is able to do so. Is there anything to rely upon? There is probably what to rely upon, but again, better to be able to patronize the Jewish-owned stores that probably sell their chametz. Regarding Askaras Neshamos, Yizkar, the shul is open for business. Baruch Hashem, we had a beautiful Yantiv the first days. Chalamotiv et Shrog Minyanim. Those who are still not comfortable coming to shul, so Yizkar can be recited at home. The main purpose of Askaras Neshamos is to provide an aliyah to those who we remember, primarily through giving tzedakah, and even more importantly, continuing to live in a way that will make those neshamas proud and continues to provide an aliyah for those who we memorialize on Yizkar Achron Shel Pesach. The Medrash notes, and I quote, Amr Rabbi Yehuda Bar Ilai, Kevon sheyardu Yisrael al hayam, as when Bnei Yisrael entered Yamsuf, Nikra lohem Yamsuf, the sea split, Shenemer legozer Yamsuf legzorim, not just the pasuk in the Chumash, but the pasuk in Tehillim referencing multiple paths, multiple splits. Vayahamayim amdim chamos chamos, and there were multiple walls. Each of the 12 tribes had their own unique path, because each of the 12 tribes has their own unique relationship with Hashem, an own unique mode of avodas Hashem, of service and following His ways. But then the Medrash says something absolutely fascinating. Even though every tribe had their own path, and each one had their own wall, as it were, there were solid walls of water, but these walls had chalonos, v'so chachamos hayu chalonos, v'yu Yisrael mistaklim, v'roim u'misaprim zem zeh. And as a result, even though Asam Sheva had done, and next to me was Naphtali, and we had different modes of service, different attitudes, didn't agree necessarily on everything, but we looked at one another, and we were able to speak to one another. We respected one another, and we genuinely loved one another. That's the message of the Kriyas Yamsuf. Not everybody has to be the same, but there have to be windows in those chamos, in those walls, with which to see one another, with which to care about one another, and through which to empathize with one another. As we know, the last day of Pesach is now referred to as Shmini Shel Pesach. It's not referred to as Yontiv Sheni, but rather Achron Shel Pesach. The last of Pesach, we believe in this form, because the next Pesach is going to be with our real Karban Pesach, all of us healthy, all of us well, all of us together, in Yerushalayim HaKadosh, Bevinyan Beis HaMikdash B'meher V'yameinu. Amen ve'amen. Have a very good Yantiv.